The AI video generation world just got a major shake-up. Wan 2.1 has officially dropped and it's free. I teased the upcoming release in my previous video and now it's finally launched for everyone to try. It seems promising, yes, but does it have what it takes to challenge the best AI video model, Kling? In this video, I'll show you 3 insider ways to access Wan 2.1 right now and walk you through 6 head-to-head battles between Wan and Kling. Plus, I'm going to reveal a game-changing optimization trick that will transform your results overnight. Which tool truly deserves your attention in 2025? Stick around to find out.
Hey there, I'm AV, and this is where AI becomes easy. All links and resources are awaiting you in the description. Let's go.
First things first, how to get your hands on Wan 2.1. Option 1 is directly through the official website at wan.video. Here's the awesome part. You get 50 free credits every single day. Perfect if you're watching your wallet, right? But oh man, the wait time is bonkers. They fluctuate wildly, from an hour during peak times to only 30 minutes during the day. Try midnight for faster results, but don't hold your breath. Your second option is going through multi-purpose platforms like KlingAI that have Wan 2.1 built right in. The processing times are lightning fast compared to the official site, but Kling only gives you 1 free generation. That's it. After that single test drive, they slam the paywall down hard and you'll need to upgrade to their premium plan. Not exactly ideal if you're trying to experiment, right? Option 3, download Wan 2.1 and run it locally through something like Pinocchio. The big advantage here is no queues whatsoever, but fair warning, your results are only as good as your hardware. Got a beast of a GPU? You're golden. Still rocking that laptop from college? Maybe stick with the other options. Quick safety PSA, guys. Please be careful when downloading AI tools from random places on the internet. Do your homework, check reviews, and make sure you're using trusted sources. Don't just grab something because I or any other YouTuber mentioned it. Even though I obviously have impeccable taste, for most of you watching, I'd recommend starting with option 1. Yeah, the wait times are a pain, but those daily free credits are perfect for experimenting without any risk. Once you're hooked and ready to get serious, then consider the other options. Alright, here's how we're testing Wan 2.1 against the AI giant, Kling. Both Wan and Kling emerged from China's booming AI scene, with Wan being Alibaba's latest creation. But while Kling has dominated the AI video rankings and charges premium prices, Wan is making waves by offering their tech completely free. That's what makes this matchup so exciting. Can a free tool actually go toe-to-toe with the established champion? To see if Wan 2.1 is a worthy opponent against Kling, I've created a series of increasingly complex prompts designed to push both systems to their limits. We'll be looking at both text-to-video and image-to-video capabilities, evaluating each generation on prompt accuracy. Does it actually do what I tell it to do, or is it just doing its own thing? Motion quality? Are we talking smooth, natural movement? Or that janky robotic stuff nobody wants? Consistency. Does everything stay coherent for the whole clip? Or do we get those weird glitches where things suddenly change shape? Visual quality. Let's be real. How good does the final product actually look? Would you be proud to share it? And finally, special effects. Can these AIs handle the complex stuff like water physics, fire dynamics, or those mind-blowing transformations? Of course, I'm using the same wording for both systems. No tweaking prompts to favor one over the other. And I'm showing you the first result each time. No cherry-picking the best stuff. This way, you'll see what you can realistically expect when you use these tools yourself. Let's kick things off with text-to-video first. And then we'll move to image-to-video, which is where things get wild. Text-to-video test 1, Ocean Explorer. Here's our first prompt. A deep sea diver discovers a glowing underwater city. Camera slowly circles around the diver as they observe the bioluminescent buildings. Okay, Kling's version? Wow, those bioluminescent buildings give off this magical blue glow that just fills the whole scene. It's like being in Avatar's underwater world or something. The diver looks super realistic. You can even see School of Fish swimming behind him, which is a nice detail. And that camera movement, spot on. It does exactly what we asked, making this perfect circle around our explorer. I did notice one thing though, some of those buildings in the background kind of flicker and reshape a bit. Not a deal breaker, but worth pointing out. Now for Wan 2.1, the underwater vibe isn't quite there. You know that wavy, distorted effect water usually has? It's completely missing that special something. But check out the diver. Super realistic with these little air bubbles rising as he breathes. Kling didn't even include that detail. His movements are actually pretty fluid too. However, there's a big problem with the camera. Instead of circling around like we asked, it's just following behind him the whole time. Like, hello? Did you even read the prompt? And those buildings. They might keep their shape consistently, but wow, do they look fake. They've got this weird plastic toy vibe, almost like something from a 90s video game rather than the alien world wonder we were hoping for. For this round, I'd give Kling the edge. That immersive underwater atmosphere and perfect camera movement just blew Wan out of the water. Pun intended. Wan did nail those air bubbles, but with the camera completely ignoring our instructions and those buildings looking like plastic toys. Round 1 goes to Kling. Text to video test 2, fantasy creature. Next prompt, a phoenix rises from ashes in a forest clearing, transforms into a woman in a red dress, then back to a phoenix before flying away. Golden particles trail behind it. Okay, so Kling took some serious creative liberties here. Instead of a full phoenix, we've got this gorgeous woman with phoenix wings rising from the ashes. The visuals are stunning though. The way she emerges from those embers is breathtaking. Her dress, perfect ruby red, exactly as requested. But then, that's where things kinda stop. She never flies away, and those golden particles we asked for, completely MIA. The movement is super fluid though. I'll definitely give them that. Now for Wan. Oh my goodness. It's like some bizarre fever dream where a phoenix is just sitting there with its wings spread. And there's what looks like a red dress growing out of its chest. It's definitely a glitch. I've got to admit though, the phoenix's movement is smooth. And that forest background, absolutely photorealistic. And there are those golden particles we asked for. Still, this thing missed almost everything in the prompt. The phoenix is just there from the start. No rising from ashes, no transformation, no flying away. It's just vibing in the forest with a dress stuck to it. After seeing both attempts, I think this prompt might have been a bit too complex for a 5-second video. Neither AI could really nail the full sequence. But if I had to pick a winner, Kling gets this round. Their interpretation might not have been perfect, but at least they gave us something coherent and beautiful to look at, while Wan's attempt felt more like a glitchy experiment. Text to video test 3, urban scene. Our third text prompt is time-lapse of a busy New York intersection at night, headlights creating light trails as rain begins to fall, reflections appearing on the wet pavement. Kling's generation here is stunning. The urban environment looks convincingly like New York, with recognizable architectural elements. The time-lapse effect is smooth, with car headlights creating those classic light streaks we all love from city photography. After the rain, and I'm using air quotes because neither AI actually shows the rain falling, Kling's wet pavement effect is pretty darn impressive. Those reflections are gorgeous, mirroring all the city lights and creating that iconic NYC after rainfall vibe. Now let's check out Wan 2.1. While it's not screaming New York like Kling's version, there's something about it that I'm really digging. Wan's video embraces the chaos of city life. It feels so alive, so unpredictable, so real. The energy is palpable. It's like you can almost feel the hustle and bustle of people rushing through their evening. The wet pavement attempt is there, though not quite as reflective as Kling's, but there's this raw, gritty quality that actually feels more authentic to me. This round is tough to judge. Kling wins on technical merit. The visual quality, the lighting effects, the recognizable NYC elements are all superior. But I personally find myself drawn to Wan's interpretation. It captures that chaotic urban energy in a way that feels genuine and immersive. It's like comparing a professional photograph to street art. One is more technically perfect, but the other has more heart.
Image to video test 1. Character animation.
Now let's move to image to video, where we start with a static image and ask the AI to animate it. For this test, I'm using this portrait image of a character I created. The prompt is: character looks up as if wondering something, expression changes from neutral to wonder, subtle wind blows through her hair. Alright, Kling's attempt. They've definitely tried to capture a range of expressions here. The character does look up and seems to be wondering something, which hits the basic request. But those eye movements? Kinda weird. The expressions change, but there's something slightly off about the transitions. Not terrible, but definitely in that uncanny valley territory. Now for Wan 2.1, wow, that head tilt is perfect. The upward movement is so smooth and natural. Where Wan falls short though is in the expression department. While Kling gave us that full range, even if a bit awkwardly, Wan's character barely changes her facial expression at all. But I gotta say, the overall movement quality is impressive. Butter smooth from start to finish. This round shows some interesting trade-offs between the two systems. Kling attempts more emotional range with those varied expressions, but sacrifices some natural movement in the process. Wan nails the physical movement with that perfect head tilt, but doesn't quite deliver on the emotional shifts. If you need subtle, realistic human movement, Wan might be your pick here. But if you're after character performances with more emotional range, Kling offers more variety. This one's pretty close. Image to video test 2, complex environment. For our second image to video test, I'm using this landscape image of a mountain lake. The prompt is: storm rolls in over mountains, lightning strikes distant peak, ripples form on lake surface as rain begins to fall, leaves on nearby trees flutter in growing wind. Let me just say, Kling's result is disappointing. All we get is this random bunch of clouds that just roll in out of nowhere. There's no lightning, no ripples, no rainfall, nothing. The water stays completely still the entire time, which makes zero sense during a storm. And don't even get me started on the pace. It's like someone just threw a bunch of clouds over the scene rather than the gradual buildup we asked for. Now let's look at Wan's attempt. Much better. The storm builds quickly with these dramatic dark clouds that have awesome internal movement. There's actual lightning with an impressive flash and that perfect afterglow that illuminates the entire scene. We even get a hint of rainfall, though it's definitely not creating those ripples on the lake we were hoping for. The water physics aren't quite there, but at least Wan tried to give us the storm elements. This round shows a clear difference in how these systems interpret natural phenomena. Kling completely whiffed on most of the prompt elements. Meanwhile, Wan delivered on the dramatic storm, clouds, and lightning, even if it didn't nail every detail. For a free tool, Wan is showing some impressive capabilities here. Image to video test 3, transformation. For our final and most challenging test, I want to see how these systems handle a complex transformation. Using this image of a classic car. The prompt is: car transforms into a mechanical panther, parts shifting and reconfiguring while maintaining some recognizable elements of the original vehicle. Headlights become glowing eyes. Alright, Kling's attempt. This mechanical panther looks incredible. The color matching is perfect. Exactly the same stunning red as the car. Those glowing headlight eyes? Chef's kiss. The movement and design are flawless, but wait a minute. Is that panther just appearing from under the car? Yep, the car is still completely intact. This isn't a transformation at all. It's like the car just gave birth to a panther that crawled out from underneath. Now let's check out Wan's version. This is a transformation. The hood flips up, the headlights morph into glowing eyes. It's changing into something new. The transformation is pretty sudden though. No gradual stages like we asked for. But hey, we only gave it 5 seconds to work with. The mechanical panther looks awesome, but it's black instead of maintaining that signature red color. So Kling was like, here's your car, and here's its identical twin brother who happens to be a panther, while Wan was like, I'll transform your car, but it's going through a goth phase now. This round highlights different approaches to the same challenge. Kling nails the aesthetics with that gorgeous red panther that perfectly matches the car, but misses the actual transformation. Wan delivers on the transformation concept, but loses the car's identity in the process. I call this one a toss-up, folks. Now for the elephant in the room, pricing and accessibility. Kling's basic tier starts at $8.80 per month for 660 credits, with each 5-second video costing 35 credits. Their higher tiers offer more credits at better rates, as well as priority access to new features. Wan 2.1, as mentioned earlier, offers 50 free credits daily through their website, making it much more accessible for beginners or those on a tight budget. If you want faster generation, you'll need to either use it through a third-party platform with its own pricing model or run it locally if your hardware can handle it. For professional creators who need reliable, high-quality outputs on a regular basis, Kling's paid model might make more sense despite the cost. For casual users or those just experimenting with AI video, Wan's free tier is hard to beat, even with the longer queue times. So, what's the verdict? Can Wan 2.1 dethrone Kling as the king of AI video generation? Kling still excels in certain key areas, creating immersive atmospheres, camera movement accuracy, visual coherence and believability, color matching, and aesthetic continuity. Meanwhile, Wan 2.1 showed impressive strengths for a free tool: realistic details, superior handling of natural phenomena, actual transformations, beautiful particle effects, and photorealistic backgrounds, and of course, complete free accessibility. Our testing revealed that each system has distinct advantages. Kling often creates more polished, visually cohesive scenes with better camera work, but sometimes ignores key elements of the prompt, like the storm scene or the actual transformation. Wan 2.1 sometimes delivers more faithful interpretations of the prompt elements, but can struggle with coherence or miss specific details. If you're serious about AI video creation and need reliable, visually stunning outputs, Kling remains a strong choice. But Wan 2.1 is capable for a free tool, sometimes even outperforming Kling on several occasions. For beginners or creators on a budget, Wan 2.1 offers incredible value, especially considering it's brand new and will improve rapidly. And now for that optimization secret I promised. When using Wan 2.1, adding the phrase cinematic lighting, professional grade at the end of your prompts will improve the results. I've tested this across dozens of generations, and it consistently produces more polished, higher quality outputs without changing your core request. This simple hack alone can make Wan 2.1 perform almost on par with Kling for many simple scenes.
Want to try these amazing AI yourself? All links and resources are awaiting you in the description. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.